third graders. We are going to do Math 11.1, Measure Area. Today we will be working with grid paper and not the dot paper like we did for 11.4. Remember, when you find area, you are finding the amount inside the shape. You're counting the squares inside. When you're finding perimeter, remember the smaller word rim inside, the distance around a shape. You're going around it. So what I need to do is count the squares inside. I have my perimeter paper from last week. We added the sides, but now I'm just counting the squares inside of it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So the area of this shape is 18. And remember, when it doesn't specify if it's centimeters or feet or miles, we just say 18 unit squares or 18 square units. Here I have a figure, a rectangle, that is the same number of rows, same number of columns. When I have the same number of rows and columns, I can multiply. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in each row. So then I just multiply. 5 rows of 6 is 30. So the area is 30 unit squares. Here I have a nice letter T if I were doing bubble letters. There are not the same number of rows and columns, so I need to count the squares inside. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I can see I have another row of 6. 6 plus 6 is 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. So the area here is 22 unit squares. Now this figure right here, this is for a story problem that we are going to do together. How many squares will need to be added to this figure so that it has the same area as a square with a side length of 5 units? Now, when I was going through this, the personal math trainer yesterday in Go Math, I had a problem like this and I read it incorrectly and I was confused for a little bit in knowing what I needed to do. And then I read it again and I saw the same area as a square with a side length of 5 units. So I knew that I needed to make this a square. This is not a square right now because in a square, all sides are the same. So I can see this side down here is 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But here I just have 2 and here I have 1. So I need to make this side also 5. I already have 2, so I go up 2, I go across 5, and then I complete it. So I made this shape into a square with a side length of 5. And so then the question says, how many more squares needed to be added? So then I would just count the squares that I added here. Okay? We are going to do another one that is a similar story problem on your personal math trainer. Angie is painting a space shuttle mural on the wall. Each section is 1 square foot. So here it tells you what the unit measurement is. It's a foot. The diagram shows the unfinished mural. How many more square feet has Angie painted than not painted on her mural? This is another one I misread. I must have been in a hurry when I was going through 11.5. Let me read the question again. How many more square feet has Angie painted than not painted? And it will show you the mural that she's painted, and it's divided into square feet for her mural. So let me take this down. And I need to switch to a whiteboard marker, not a Sharpie. Let's use the red one. So this is the wall. We're pretending it's a wall. I'm going to separate it to make the mural. I'm going to give it 4 rows. And let's have 4 columns. Okay, this is a different rectangle than you have in your Go Math. Now in the picture, it shows that there are only 2, whoops, my marker's in the way, sorry. 2 square feet that she has not painted. So when I first was reading this, I thought, oh, she's not painted 2 of the square feet. So I thought the answer was 2. Well, I was wrong. So let's pretend that this is a beautiful, a beautiful mural that I've painted, okay? I've painted all this. I only have these 2 left. The question says, how many more square feet has Angie painted than not painted? Well, so how many has she painted? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. So she's painted 14 of the square feet. She has not painted 2. So then I would need to subtract those 2 numbers. But when you do it on the Personal Math Trainer, make sure you count those squares because I changed the number of squares in that rectangle. I also discovered something else as I was doing 11.5 because I was rushing through some of the problems, and so I made some mistakes. I found that on the far right, there's a little section of green, and you might have already discovered this, but it says view example, step by step, or textbook, and then also says glossary and tools and stuff. If you're having trouble with a question and you need more help with it, you can hit one of those things. View example, step by step, or actually see the textbook, this book right here. So that's those are tools for you to use if you're struggling with one of the questions, okay? Be sure to have paper as you're solving the problems. If you are doing the Interactive Student Edition with the Personal Math Trainer, make sure to access that through your things to do. If you want to print out the practice book pages and have your parents send me a picture, then you can find those in your library, okay? If you have any questions, let me know, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day.